Hello, hello, hello. Hope everybody can hear me loud and clear. Welcome. I go ahead and pulled up DerpDEX. I allowed you to speak. I hopefully it is confirmed for you. And when you go ahead and get up and it has confirmed, go ahead and say something just to confirm that everything's working properly, and then we can get started.
Hey, hello, hello. I am Derp from DerpDEX.com.
Oh, okay. Hello, hello. I actually gave DerpDEX the official the speaker, so I'm glad that you came up and confirmed that it was you that's speaking. So, how you doing today?
Great. Thanks for having us and having me to be part of this AMA and sharing about DerpDEX. Great to be here, and I'm good.
That's really awesome. No, I'm excited too. I love the name. As soon as I saw this and I started doing some research, and I was just in love with the name. So I'm excited to get into it too. So let's not waste any time, and I'll go ahead and I'll got a little opening statement for you, and then we'll just dive into the questions. Greetings, fellow crypto miners. We're thrilled to introduce DerpDEX, a revolutionary DEX decentralized exchange designed to empower meme-centric crypto enthusiasts and revolutionize the DeFi scene. Joining us is an exciting journey as we unveil DerpDEX's universe where meme meets finance. I love it. Meme tokens are huge. It's always been in the space and been growing, and DeFi season just, I don't think, has really stopped. And then obviously, the meme season has been carrying on throughout this year pretty steady. So I think bringing the two is kind of a natural merger. So without further ado, go ahead and introduce yourself and a little bit about the core team before we dive into the meat of the project.
Great. Thanks. Hey, everyone. I am Derp. I'm using the same tone as I am Groot from the Guardians of Galaxy. I am Derp. Yeah, essentially, we are a core team of 8% right now, working on this project, this protocol for the last 6 to 9 months full time. We are not a bunch of new developers trying to create something from scratch. In fact, we have been in the crypto space since 2018, and venturing into the crypto space, trying our own mining on the Ethereum and so forth. But we also get our first kind of like experience into DeFi in the previous DeFi bull run, and in the year of 2020, 2021, right? So from there, we really experience what it means to be yield farming, creating decentralized and DeFi products, and so forth. But that being said, with the previous or the current bear market, hopefully ending soon into the new bull market, we saw the opportunity, but we are also a bunch of builders and traders ourselves. We are also a little bit of a degen that we sometimes ape into new meme coins and so forth. But of course, we are not gamblers and speculators. We are product builders, and we realize that building a sustainable product project that not only talks about hype but also have a working product that generates revenue and fees is much more sustainable going forward, right? That is our learning experience. And of course, that being said, our team, as I mentioned, we are a bunch of people coming from the ex-finance background, actually work in a bank before, fintech, and of course, we actually are building in the technology space from Web 2 to Web 3, have been in the space for a while, and we are native right to this space. So yeah, there's a little bit of background. Of course, I also want to introduce one more person that is key to our team to make the DerpDEX product it is today. One of our key member to the team is actually from JP Morgan that actually trades options derivatives.
I am really sorry, buddy. I really hope that doesn't happen again. I guess we had a crash and it was just giving us an issue to restart. So I'm real sorry about the little hiccup there. Basically, where I last heard was you were talking about the JP Morgan team member and that he something about option trading, and then everything just clicked away. So if you want to just go ahead and continue off where we left off, we don't want to waste any time. Go ahead, buddy.
Yes. Yeah, as I mentioned, right, we have a full-time team of 8 builders, traders, and also we are a bunch of degen and meme speculators. So we understand the trading mechanism behind all of this when it comes to build the product. But of course, that being said, we also have one of our key member of our team that actually developed the algo for our DEX. He's actually from ex JP Morgan, and have been trading derivatives product, including options, for the last 13 years in his corporate days, where he traded billions, right? So yeah, our team is not a new team. We have been building. We understand about DeFi, but we also understand about memes, right? So that is a little bit of the introduction of the team and why we started DerpDEX.
Yeah, it sounds like you got a pretty stacked team there. No, and I like it. I like that you kind of like thought about much more than just the traditional Web3 team, but you wanted to kind of bring the aspects of Web 2 to it, and then bring a good fresh meme kind of feel to it, which I think is a good idea because as much as I love DEX, it's kind of boring in the landscape lately, right? It's the bear market. There's hundreds of DEX. What makes you different? And in a way, that is a good value point, right? Is having that meme token or that not meme token but that meme vibe in the community, because it kind of gives that fresh of breath air to the DEX etho, the standard, at least I would say, in the space. So I definitely do appreciate the transparency, and then obviously you guys really thought about a good way to mix the two worlds, right? You could definitely tell, and I love the website. It's really well designed. So right before we move on to talking about the project, I want to implore everybody here: take your time, join their socials, check out their website. If you like meme tokens and if you like DEXs or DeFi, options out there to be able to diversify your holdings in staking and farming, this might be something for you to look at. So take the time, check it out while we deep dive into it. So go ahead and let's deep dive a little bit into DerpDEX, what you are, some of the utilities, and a little bit of background of the project's kind of development up to this point.
Yeah, I will start it by explaining to even double down on what you was talking about. You are absolutely right. If you look at the current Web3 space and the current normal retail consumer, there is actually not a lot of overlapping. If you look at all these pure DeFi options, perpetual DEX trading, and like crazy giga brains developing all of this algo and arbitrum and so forth, how many non-native DeFi people understand it? You cannot even get a normal people to figure out how to actually securely use MetaMask wallet or Web3 wallet or a Trust wallet or any of these Web3 wallet, not even to talk about all these derivatives token and so forth. Nobody would be able to come and use it except for the same old people. That is where DerpDEX is trying to fill in the gap and solve the problem. You are absolutely right. That is why we never started the project with angle of, hey, our DEX is better than everyone else. We are better than Uniswap. We are better than PancakeSwap. No, we are just going to say that, hey, we are a meme token just like Shiba and Flocky. It's fun, it's silly, it's stupid, it's nice, it's crazy. If you look at the website and our branding and so forth, but we are a meme token with a DEX, a launchpad, and an ecosystem. That the token actually have a use case, but we start with a meme token. That is actually where that we are trying to do. Because we are not here to convert the existing DeFi users trying to yield farm, get a ridiculous, crazy API, and so forth. We just want people to buy meme tokens, speculate, make some money, lose some money, create, have some fun. Of course, they want to make money, but again, using the meme angle to get to them. So to deep dive a little bit more about that, we started from this because of what you mentioned exactly. Meme token will always be there, whether it's a bull market or a bear market. It is demonstrated. In the previous bull market, you saw there's Dodge, there's Shiba, then there's Flocky. In this bear market, just this year alone, there is a Pepe token that went crazy. Then there is actually another Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu that is still crazy as well. A lot of people like this degen. It went to like few hundred million market cap just from being a meme token called Bitcoin. And then there was actually a meme token that was launched on Binance 2 Fridays ago. It's just like 14 days ago. This meme token is actually just listed on Binance without any token utility, just a pure meme token with the token taker named meme. It is actually more than $2 billion in market value. It's just a meme token without any use cases, 2 billion. But if we market ourselves just as a DEX, then people will be comparing, hey, how are you different from Uniswap? Hey, how are you different from like PancakeSwap? How are you different from like hundreds of other DEX out there? But if you're a meme token, nobody will compare. Hey, you can be the next Shiba. Hey, you can be the next Pepe. Hey, you can be the next Flocky, right? And that is what it is. A meme token doesn't have any understanding about a token. It's just a token that is a meme, but DerpDEX, Derp token, have its utility as well. So that is where we are trying to bridge. On top of that, just to go into the question, what are we differentiated? How are we going to market ourselves differently to be, a place to be? We saw the gap this year when Arbitrum launched their airdrop token up somewhere half year ago, 6 months ago. And from there, suddenly all of these DEXs on Arbitrum, right, they get all these airdrops and everybody is speculating on that, they are trading and so forth, right? We anticipate layer 2 chains such as Optimism, Arbitrum, zkSync, base chain, opBNB, and so forth. They will drive the most volume and growth in the next bull run. Similarly, right, if you look at the previous bull run, it is just a copycat. Before that, the gas fees was very expensive, remember, on Ethereum. Then the trading and the volume goes to Binance Chain, then it went to Polygon, then it went to Solana, then it went to Avalanche. All the trading volume and the liquidity just go across chain because Ethereum was too expensive. But of course, there are still a lot of users on Ethereum, but the volume and the growth go to different chain. We foresee the same thing will happen on these upcoming layer 2s. Arbitrum, Optimism, zkSync, they have raised hundreds of millions. All of this ecosystem and growth is going to go through this chain because they are just going to launch the token. And when you do that, all of this is going to pump, and then the TVR is going to be there, the users are going to go there. And we, as DerpDEX, want to position as the most memeable DEX with this advanced algorithm concentrated liquidity AMM model DEX on this layer 2. First of all, the product is great. Second of all, meme are easy to explain. It's going to be on all the layer 2s. 3, layer 2's gas fees are cheap because why do you want to spend tens of like $50 or $100 just to buy a meme? If you can buy one for a fraction of a cent, if you can buy it for like 10 cents, right? Why not? Because you're going to spend less on gas fees, you're able to buy more with your money, right? So with that, we believe that DerpDEX and Derp token is going to be fulfilling the meme angle on all these upcoming layer 2s as a meme launchpad, meme ecosystem on this upcoming growth in the next bull market. That is where DerpDEX come to be today.
You know what? And I want to touch on that. I actually was gonna. That's one of my questions I was gonna ask you. Was because when I was searching through the website, I saw that you were on some of the popular layer 2s, and I liked how you focused on determining the value proposition of the layer 2s that you're on, and then focusing on it. And I agree with you 100%. Any of the zk architecture infrastructure is definitely next generation. It's very early, and the maturity is fastly being adopted. So I mean, being on the zk rollups and being on opBNB, which is I will say probably the most supported sidechain on the BNB network. You definitely position yourself well, and on top of that, Base is my new recommended chain. I've been telling people about it for a little bit, and obviously you guys saw the value there. So I like how you guys are setting yourself up not only to be gas friendly, but also technology and growth friendly, right? Because everybody knows that the bull market is coming. I mean, everybody sees it, and you kind of feel it coming now. And position yourself into where I believe you're going to have great adoption, but also be a great standard, right? You're already built, you're going to be mature, you've already been flying out here in the market already. So I will say that as kind of a compliment, you have positioned yourself in a good position for growth and sustainability. That being said, have you guys decided about any other chains you guys have looked at and possibly as another cross chain? For you guys as in a layer 2, or are you guys going to continue focusing on just these 3 chains?
Great question. So when we started this 6 months ago, we launched our testnet in the month of June, and by July, right, we are already live on the mainnet, and then we go multi-chain. We have not even launched token prior to this, right? So we have a working product with actual users, real trading volume, and some TVR, right, to grow. And of course, why do we go to these 3 chain? You are absolutely right. These three chain actually have the most users. Base, you have Friendtag, you have existing users who actually are leveraging the branding of Coinbase. zk is actually the chain that have not released their token yet. So a lot of people are anticipating for it. So perhaps even if you are trading the token on the DerpDEX on zkSync, you will be able to get a zk airdrop as well. So you kill two fishes with one blow. Then of course, on opBNB, right, Binance is going to support that because they cannot lose out. And on opBNB, we are like the number 2 chain after PancakeSwap. So essentially, right, we want to target on all these meme tokens. The stuff that we do, right, is similar to PancakeSwap, but we are focusing on all these speculative and meme tokens. So we're going to give support to our community and the product builders, right, and the project to launch on DerpDEX as well, and so forth, right. That's how we think about it. But to answer your question specifically, yes, we have already a lot of chains actually approach us to build on them, including Say Network too. But we wanted to focus right now on these 3 chain first, and then we'll grow. How do we grow? I mean, it's just similar to any other protocol, right? We have not launched token yet. So that is why our TGE will happen in 4 hours, in fact, from now. We're going to list on Gate and MEXC and on Uniswap and on our own DEX, right? On these 3 chain, right? So that is going to create a lot of talkability with the token prices and so forth, and then definitely we're going to grow to other chain. For example, some of the other layer 2s that we are thinking about, we are also thinking about Mantle, we are also thinking about linear chain, and of course, some of these upcoming layer 2s, right? There is actually, for example, OKX, they actually launched their own layer 2 rollup using Polygon's zk EVM technology. So essentially, we just need to deploy the DEX on OKX layer 2 rollup, and then we will be there. Because we already have the technology, we have integrated with OKX wallet. Now it's very normal for it just to integrate with OKX chain. Once we integrate with OKX chain, we get in the OKX users as well. And when we get the users, they could buy our Derp token, they could trade with DerpDEX and so forth. We will be in much more layer 2 chain coming on forward. And this is actually where we think that we have the most growth rate, because we do not want to be on one chain. We want to be on multiple layer 2 chain. So regardless of whether we are right or wrong in the next bull run, if let's say or ZK we have the most growth, yes, we're already on ZK. Or BNB, right? Binance decided to say, hey, we want to support more on opBNB. We are there as well. So we want to be in a lot of all these chain, right? That actually have a lot of traders, speculators, meme hunters, right? All of these chain that actually have those kind of users. We want to be there. But of course, we also know that there are some other chain, right? That doesn't have users, right? They are barren land. Like for example, I don't know, like Cardano chain. Although they have their own users, but we also know that it's harder to build there, right? So we are thinking and balancing between building on the right layer 2 chain with the right support and the right community demand, and then we build there, right? Just like building any new product, right? You want to be where the users are. So we are using that kind of methodology to build where the next layer 2 is.
Yeah, I love the answer, man. That's a very professional, thought-out answer, right? Don't spread yourself too thin, but you're definitely not, not keeping that as an option, right? You want to focus on the ones that you guys have belief in, the ones that have strong technology behind it, and already has proven to have decent user volume and growth even before they've launched their either ecosystem token or done like the major marketing push to kind of put themselves up there. So I definitely like your guys' vision. It's very thorough. Sorry, I definitely got tongue tied there. But no, I definitely can see you guys have a very good business acumen, and you guys have thought of the details, up until this point. So kind of moving on, what kind of partnerships or ecosystem growth have you guys been able to gain over the last 6 months or so, as you've been talking about growing? And what is that going to set forth for the future tech and the kind of future growth you guys are planning here to launch your guys' tech or your token over the next few days? Like what is your guys' overall partnership outlook and ecosystem growth that you guys can see that you guys had now and you guys plan on to have? Because I know that I believe that you guys are setting yourself in a good position, but partnership and ecosystem growth within those side chains is going to be kind of a really important role that you guys are going to have to undertake over the next few months.
Definitely. I'm going to split this answer to 3 parts. So just to give the context about how we wanted to do it. So then you will understand, right? We are not only a bunch of builders, but we actually think about long term. So I'll split it into 3 parts. We started this 6 months ago. We have already partnership with some meme tokens, some other dApps, DeFi product, and of course, bridges, wallet, and even the native chain foundation themselves. We start from the meme token. We actually have partnered with another leading meme token on zkSync 6 months ago. It was called Champs. So we have deep integration and partnership with them. We did some core marketing together with them and so forth, right? So we are working with them. Of course, we also wanted to approach Flocky and Meme and so forth, right? But we are small compared to them. But once we launch our TGE soon, then we think we should be able to get them, right? Because with our community and our growth, and there's a token launch, so we are not a bunch of scammers and so forth. They will actually tend to believe people who actually have that. So we will continue to work to get more meme tokens to partner and launch with us. So that is on the meme side. As for the wallet side, right, we have partnered with OKX wallet. They have a lot of users, and we get their OKX ecosystem support. So that is already done. Then we also partnering with bridges such as Layer Zero, Stargate, and Wormhole. They actually approach us. So we have integrated Layer Zero and Wormhole to our base cross-chain mechanism, right, from Ethereum to base chain. So again, we have an insider connection with Layer Zero too. Then on top of that, on the DEX, on the product DeFi side, we also integrated with multiple different DeFi protocols and some price oracles and prediction markets and derivative exchanges and so forth, right? We are partnering with a lot. On top of that, on the ecosystem side, we actually have real support from Binance Chain team. We have support. In fact, we have a chat with Base DeFi lead. We have an AMA with Base Chain. I think 2 weeks ago, we talked to them, and they actually want to give us more support because they share the same vision. They said if you want to bring in more users, you need to have something that is fun, and meme is fun. So they support us and they saw our vision as well. So we have a connection to Base Chain too. And on zkSync, we actually have a connection to the DeFi team and the business development team on ZK as well. So sometimes they support us and they join our AMA and so forth, right? So yes, we actually have support from the ecosystem themselves. But of course, right, because of we have not launched token yet, they are like, hey, let's you launch token first, right? Then we can support you even more. So we have all of this ready and we have partnered. Upcoming partnerships, right, will include Coin98. Because we share the same investors and market makers, we have the same investors, right? So they actually introduced us to Coin98, and they wanted to integrate Coin98 wallet and maybe even support us with their liquidity and the community too. So Coin98 is part of it. Then we also have a deep integration level 4 partnership right here with Galaxy and with Zili, right? So we have a very close relationship with all of this because we have been building for the last 6 months. They trust us. We have been delivering. We have been showing progress and traction. We have been working very well with these partners, right? Social Fund. Oh, yes. On Social Fund, we actually work with Friend3 as well because Friend3 is one of the upcoming Social Fund platform that is actually launched on the BNB chain, but we talk to them all the time. We did a partnership as well. And we actually built a tool for Friend Tech too on base chain. So you can see we have done so many things and so many partnerships from different products, different stuff, different chain, different memes, and wallets and so forth, right? There we are continue to grow. And we have done all these foundation and we've been building for the last 6 months, right? And we'll continue to build and more partnerships along the way. And hope one day we will be able to partner with the Pepe community, with like the Flocky community, because we share the same investors too. So once you reach there, Flocky users will be able to say, hey, I can trade meme coin or Flocky or their upcoming token on DerpDEX too, right? So we actually have that plan in mind that we will be doing. So that is actually where the partnership is from. So that is the existing phase, but the upcoming phases is very simple. There's actually a logic to it. We know that the bull market is coming, and we know that to be one of the leading DEX or meme token, this token and our DEX needs to have a lot of liquidity. And that is why we spend so much effort to actually negotiate with Gate Exchange and with good top-tier market makers to market make for our Derp token. Why? Without a good liquidity and trading volume, then people will be skeptical whether this token will survive. But that is actually where our goal is. After the TG today, our phase 2 is very simple. We wanted to be similar to trajectory as Flocky. If the next 12 months and the next 18 months during this bull market, we would be able to get even 10% of what Flocky does, we are talking about hundreds of millions. Because Flocky actually went up to like 3 billion in the last bull market. And we actually have a real product. We have a real DEX and an ecosystem, right, on layer 2. So we believe that we actually share the same trajectory. And that is where I was talking about the previous traction, what we intend to do, and our thinking process, how we want to grow in the next 12 months, right? Yeah, so that is a little bit high level introduction.
Yeah, Yeah, no, I love it, man. That was actually some huge names you were pulling off there, and you're talking about, and the people in the teams you're working with, and I agree. Like you said, you started off as a meme token, and you guys have built everything up to now without having to do the TG for the DEX and all that. Like, you guys really have built a unique gem in the space and have worked hard to get there, and so definitely I will say I'm impressed with the laundry list of partnerships and teams you guys have been working with. You don't see that every day, especially when the market took the hit. I would say probably about 4 months ago, when there was a lot of projects that got hit hard, especially meme tokens. I'd say probably about the June-ish, period of time there on the BNB network and Arbitrum and a couple of these other networks. They took a big hit, and to see you guys push through, persevere, and to see what you guys have up to now, hands down impressive. I don't think I would have been able to do the same. So that's why I always say that when I look at teams that have building in the worst time of the year and really pushing through and come out with quality, and it's just it's a breath of fresh air, right? So I'm definitely impressed there. I love the key ecosystem partners you're talking about there, and I can see that they kind of align with the same vision that you guys have aligned with. So it kind of helps entail to a good progress, right? So I did pin up you guys' listing, it looks like, on the tweets, your most recent tweet. So I'm just telling everybody here in the community, check them out. You'll be able to have a list of all the places they're listing. If you guys are interested, do your research. You have plenty of time right now to deep dive into the white papers, and even jump into the socials and ask questions. A lot of teams nowadays, especially meme tokens, love community growth, and they love it when you come in and ask questions. So that was just a little something side there, to put in, because I see that you're doing much more than just a listing, on the decentralized, but you went on a full list of tier 1 exchanges you're listed on. So it's highly impressive with the work you guys have been doing over the last 6 months. You guys, you did mention Galaxy and Zli. Do you have any active campaigns or activities going on right now that people can join, and maybe I can get a pin up on that possibly?
Yeah, we have active. In fact, we will launch today. That because we will do a TGE today, so we intend to do one campaign on Galaxy or Zili. I'm not sure which one. The marketing could pin that information to you guys. So essentially, right, what we want to do is to get people to speak about DerpDEX and Derp token more. Right? How do we do it? Very simple. They just need to do a simple any amount swap on DerpDEX just to experience our product. You try it, right? Then you understand, oh shit, now I trade on DerpDEX, right? I can trade with like 0.001 gas fees, right? Instead of paying $5 for gas fees, now I'm paying like a fraction of a cent, right? I can do that. So you try that, then you realize, okay, shit, I think this product makes sense, right? What they are talking about makes sense. It's cheap gas fees, it's meme, it's fun. So we will do that on Galaxy. And on top of that, right, they just need to do some social stuff, like, invite their friends, tell their friends, complete the quest on Galaxy, and then they'll get some 7 days campaign. We did that, the marketing did that, and then we will introduce that, right? So we can want to get more people to speak about DerpDEX and the Derp token, and that will actually get more people to be interested and feel more about what we are trying to do. So we do not want to just incentivize whales, right? We know that, sometimes trading, you need a lot of big guys, right, to trade. But for us, right, we want to get a lot of small guys too. Why? Because memes is about the people. It's not about like, hey, I'm A16Z, I have $1 billion in trading volume, I can trade $1 billion, right? But how is that going to help all these Web3 people to get into the space? Remember, if we wanted to compete that, right, we would never be able to compete with Uniswap or like the big guys like Doge, right? And again, the reason why Doge and Shiba and Flocky were so successful is because of the people just rally behind the token and says that, wow, Shiba, wow, hopefully one day we'll become the next Doge, right? Same thing, right? Derp. Can we one day be the next Shiba? Can we next day, in the next 12 months, can we be the next Flocky? If you think about like the growth of Flocky, right? Same thing. So I think that, Derp is going down the trajectory for being a meme token, but with a DEX and with an ecosystem and with a great tokenomics. Yes.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree, and I like that too, because being a meme token, community is everything, all the way down from the $5 buy all the way up to 100 to 2 to 3 to 5 to $10,000 buy, right? Everybody counts, everybody matters, And we're like you're saying, adoption into Web3 doesn't come from the billionaires. It comes from the guy that hard working on his labor job and only has $50 a week to try to do some trading and try to make some money. So I like that approach. It's definitely from my sense, because that's how I am. I'm the little guy. I've never been a big trader. I always trade in a few $100s here and there, but I just want to make sure that the ecosystem that I'm playing around with cares about my investment as much as it cares about the big guy. So I definitely like that, and it kind of it helps from gating a lot of the people that want to come and check out the new ecosystem, right? You're allowing an easier access to some of these other layer twos that might be a home to some of the people that had no idea about it. So I like that kind of two-front approach, right? So you're like you're saying, you're launching today. Everything is going. You've done the whole meme token. You've done the whole DEX and creating the whole kind of, I'd say, revolutionary combination of both kind of feel where you get the great community, but you also get the great utilities to back up the token that is being released. What are kind of your future development plans after after release that you think that is kind of I wouldn't say you have to talk about everything that you're trying to release, but a little bit of alpha that you think would be a value proposition on a takeaway for the release, and kind of just something we can expect over the next month or two coming from you guys.
Great question. Again, I'll break it down into two phases, the immediate phase and the future phase, right? This is actually in our roadmap. It's actually published on our Medium, on our Mirror, and of course, published on our Gitbook as well. Feel free to have a look. Of course, it's not a lot of details, but that is our plan. So the short-term plan is very simple. We are launching the token today on Gate, MXC, Uniswap, and DerpDEX. So yeah, in a few hours. So a lot of hype going on right now on the Gate and the MEXC as well. Then after that, what will happen is after this TG event, that is where the actual building will begin. A lot of people treat, the token listing as the end goal, right? No, it's just a start for us. Why? With this token hype and the community rallies behind it, then we will launch our launchpad. The launchpad will become a launchpad for meme tokens, right? Whereby we will be able to incubate and get all these tokens to be launched on DerpDEX. And once the launch of DerpDEX, our community who holds our token will be able to get all these whitelist allocation for these upcoming meme tokens. So instead of they actually have to figure out where to buy from, look at all these tools or look at Uniswap or look at influencers, now can they just come to DerpDEX and look at what our upcoming meme token launch? And because we are legit builders, right? We also want to make sure that these token launch are being vetted. I mean, if they are just scammers or they're rug pullers, right, we will not want to work with them. So they will filter that first part out, right, from the launchpad. So we have to make sure this token is going to behave well. They are not going to rug pull. They need to lock their LP and so forth. And then our users will be safe. They will get into the first hand of this whitelist IDO location for meme token after we've done the TG. So this is the short term, right? Just by being a launchpad, we already achieve our short term target. Going to the long-term target is very simple. There's a token utility to it. The phase 2 that we want to do, that is why I mentioned about we wanted to think long-term to actually have more trading, liquidity, and volume right on the centralized exchanges too. Why? Because Flocky and Shiba and all of this, right, they are trading on all these leading exchanges such as Binance, Coinbase, and so forth. Can you imagine that if Derp one day in the next 12 months will be able to list to Binance? I mean, just imagine that. And to do that, we cannot be just, hey, let the token event, token TGE listed and have it done. We have to continue to even list in bigger exchanges, right? We are actually in talks with them, but of course, we are not finalized, right? I cannot mention all these names because we have not signed the agreement. Like, we actually talk, not Binance, we actually talked to a couple of exchanges that is like slightly higher tier than Gate. And with the trading volume, with the users trading and so forth, hey, you never know that in the next couple of months, we will be able trading, you will be able to list in the bigger exchanges. That is something like an alpha, right? So this is actually what we're going to do soon. And then after that, for long-term wise, we want to be the ecosystem. How to be an ecosystem? By having sufficient trading volume, by having sufficient users, sufficient people holding our token, things that, hey, this one could be the next Shiba or Flocky. Then what will happen? We will launch our own roll-up. Just like Base launching on Optimism, we will do the same thing. Because when we have enough users, let's say 100,000 users, right, and trading, and we have a good DEX and a good launchpad, what is stopping us from launching our own chain? Same thing, right? There's a good tech out there that we can launch our own OP Derp ecosystem. And when we launch that, then you actually have a utility for the token too. Then the users could stake their token to be a validator node on the ecosystem, there whereby they can get the transaction fees and the staking revenues. On top of that, because you are on Roop, you would actually able to take the Derp as a gas fees, just like BNB chain. If you're on BNB, you were actually able to pay in BNB, right? We want to be the same too. In the future, people could use Derp to be paying as a gas fees. And Derp, because it's 100 trillion, so you can use a little bit small amount to pay for the gas fees. And because it's, remember I mentioned about the reward, the gas fees is very cheap. So essentially, they can use Derp to not only to stake to get the validator fees, but they also can use that for getting the fees using to pay for gas fees. So if you think about it, we actually have a whole roadmap mentioned that on our GitHub, on our Gitbook. So short term, we want to do the TG event so that we can get more people to talk about it. We can leverage that to grow so that we can get into the bigger exchanges. And we can get the bigger exchanges, there's going to be even more trading volume, more users aware of it, similar to Shiba, Flocky, and Dodge. And then after that, right, we can build a whole ecosystem. The ecosystem is just another layer 2 chain. You cannot start with the other way around. If you start with building an ecosystem first, but you don't have enough users, you don't have enough utility and actually users holding the token, it's just purely speculative, right? There's no people building on it. But when we have enough traction from the product, from the trading, from the users, because they can stake it, they can do launchpad, they can do DEX. And then after that, if you launch your ecosystem, everything makes sense because you're growing slowly to become even bigger. You don't start with big, you start with small and then you become big, right? That's how Web 2 and Web3 companies build from there, right? A lot of people think that they need to build big first, but we think it the other way around. You build small, you build the product market fit, then you grow into an ecosystem. Then it's very sustainable. Isn't that what Binance did? Binance in 2017, they are just an exchange, but they launched their own ICO token called BNB. Of course, the price dropped, but they built a whole ecosystem, and everybody today is using BNB chain, and BNB token is actually the number 3 token in the CMC list. Same thing, right? We could be there. We just need to slowly build and get more token utility, get more community, and then we'll become an ecosystem in the long run. So that is how we think about the roadmap.
I agree. I actually totally agree. I actually love that answer. That was really thoughtful. Like I can really see that you have the vision, the roadmap lined out in your head, and you're not reading it from a script. It's literally the vision of Derp. I can literally feel the energy coming from the way you speak. It's crazy how you were talking about how you want to set yourself apart from just being the next thing talked about and then the next thing gone, and looking to be something like how all the big contenders, how Doge became the king of the meme, and then how Shiba fell behind it, and they're like, could we become something similar to Doge? Then they became their own, their own Doge, or Shiba. They became their Shiba, and then the same thing with Floki. And you're setting yourself on that same pathway, building towards that ultimate goal, which is actually pretty cool when you're talking about, because one of a big Doge influencer that I actually follow and watch was actually in here. I'm not sure if he's still in here, but Dogecoin Riot was in here listening to you speak and talk about it, and I like that. It kind of gives you that vibe and sentiment that what you were speaking was being heard by other really good base people in the space that kind of have that same sentiment, right? Building in the bear market, not just the meme, but also utilities behind the meme. Because like people say all the time, there's no value behind the meme, there's no value behind the meme. But if you have a great community, the value of your community is huge. And then also having the utilities that you've built behind it, it kind of gives much more value and a lot longevity and sustainability to your ecosystem. And I did like your answer also with, it all is just speculative, but if I could build a great product and if I build them and they come, then why it sets us behind from not being able to build our own chain and continually grow. So I'm definitely impressed with everything that you've been answering. All my questions are answered. You even answered like most of my questions with the answers that you gave with my other questions that I had for you. So with that said, do you have any last minute call to actions? Anything you want to touch on that we might have missed on before we go into some community questions today?
Maybe we can start with the community questions first, then I'll end it out right with some of the pointers, just to highlight it, right? Yeah.
All right, perfect. That sounds perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and I got a few hands up right now, and so I'll pick a couple from the audience, and then I'll probably pick a couple comments that people have put in. So first one up, let's get Hunter Boy. His name is Billy.f. I go ahead and proved it. Hopefully it does it pretty quick and we're not waiting too long. Twitter's been some issues lately. There we go. Go ahead and speak with your question whenever you're ready, Billy.
Hey, Billy.
Hello, thank you for the opportunity. Can I ask question?
Yes.
Okay, my question: how can I will be benefited using this token?
Okay. Very simple question. What is the use case of Derp token? So Derp token is a meme token. Remember this. A lot of meme tokens doesn't have any utility. Not a joke. What is the use case of Dodge? What is the use case of Shiba? It's a meme token. We are the same thing too. But our token comes with a utility. Unlike other meme tokens such as Dodge, such as Shiba, that doesn't have any utility. Even Pepe, until today, doesn't have any utility. But Derp started as a meme token, but with a utility. The utility is that you can stake our Derp token on DerpDEX, and you will be able to enjoy getting a whitelist allocation for our meme launchpad. That's number one. Number two, if you stake it, you will be able to get the yield booster program as well. Yield booster is the same as the farming on PancakeSwap. It's the same thing. You stake your token, you'll be able to actually farm for more, boost your position to get more returns from your LP farming. It's the same thing on PancakeSwap. PancakeSwap have that, we have that. So we copy the same model. And the third one is actually for voting too. It's like bribing, right? If you are familiar with the VE33 model, whereby users can bribe to actually deploy where the emission and the inflation goes, we use the same model, except that this is controlled by the voting. Every week or every month soon, the users will be able to take their token and vote where they should actually get the most inflation. They should go to the token or go to another different new meme token. If they launch, they can vote for it. So the utility of the token is there's many utility. So let me repeat. The Derp token is a meme token, but it comes with a utility. The utility is when you stake it, you will be able to get whitelist allocation for our ideal launchpad for memes. You will be able to get access to the yield booster similar to PancakeSwap. And of course, the third, you would be able to vote to determine where the inflation goes, similar to how the VE33 model works, right? So there's much more utility being built in the future, but this is the immediate thing that will happen in the next 1 to 2 months. Thanks, Billy.
Okay, thank you. Can I ask another question, please?
Yeah, maybe one more because we have other questions.
Okay, thank you. Do you have any plan of starting staking program?
Yeah, I just mentioned. After the ticking listing, you can stake it. Once you stake it, you will be able to enjoy these benefits. Okay, thanks,
Okay,
Billy.
thank
Thanks,
you
Billy,
so
for your
much.
question. Yep.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really do appreciate the question. Simple and easy. You know, he wanted his question answered. He might have missed it, you know, when we were talking about it earlier. But yeah, no, I definitely like the simple, easy question, straight to the point. Next one is Black Jesus. Go ahead with your question whenever you're ready, buddy.
Hey, is he a speaker? Just I'm not sure whether he's a speaker.
Yeah, it's weird. It takes a second. Like I'll click them like 4 times and then they'll disappear and get moved back up and then down. I love the improvements they've done, but it's still a huge hassle.
No worries. Maybe you can pass to the next question.
Yeah. So next one I'm gonna go ahead and call up is Spark. I just approved you. Let's hope it actually reacts. That's the only problem. Let's see.
Hey, Spark.
There it goes.
Hey, Spark, you're on mute. Yeah, you can speak.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My question is concerning the launch, the meme launch part. You mentioned that token can actually launch there, and you give out whitelist. So, how exactly do you ensure that those coming to launch are not coming to launch scam tokens? Do you have maybe did they pay a specific amount in case maybe something that was not planned for happens to the project, then you can have something to give back to the community since you actually give them those whitelists.
We don't have all the answers ready. I mean, I will let you know, right? We are going to launch that. But I would say that we will launch it in a very simple way. It will be a whitelist allocation for our token stakers first, right? So if you're staking the token for Derp, then you should be able to get the whitelist first, right? Then after that, what will happen is you'll be a first come, first serve basis, right? So if you're whitelisted, but if you do not want to buy, again, your whitelist is meaningless, right? You'll be given to other people. So it's going to be a first come, first serve basis for whitelist. Then it will be open to the public. If let's say it doesn't fill up right in the specific, let's say one day, right, then you go to the public. And when you go to the public, we want to make sure ensure it's sold out because that is some of the critical element for launchpad is to get it sold out. We want to do that too. So that is why most probably we're going to keep it very small. We don't want to get projects to raise like hundreds of thousands, right? But it doesn't fill up when the token price goes down. Then everybody will FUD. So we understand all of this, right? So there's going to be a whitelist, first come, first serve. And then they could be, we're working on it, right? But this is how we're thinking about it. But in terms of the exact token amount, how we want to ensure that the benefits to everybody, we have not finalized that. And of course, on top of that, the projects needs to be docs, which means that they need to show their face and lock the LP. If they don't lock the LP, what if the token got rugged, right? Then that is something that you do not want to take a chance because we do want to be associated with scams. Even though we are me, but anybody who go through our launchpad, we want to make sure it's safe. So these are some of the criteria as we will be giving out for our launchpad partners. And so that's what we will do on the DerpDEX, right? Hope that answers your question. Spark.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks for your question.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was really good. Great answers, great questions. Let's get one more up. I was actually scanning through the comments, trying to get some good ones in there. I might end up just doing them all live, just because some of them are ones that we've already covered, and there's no sense in asking them. So let's go with, let's see, someone new. Let's go Angel Ebby. I just approved you. Let's hope it works. There you go. Go ahead and speak whenever you're ready.
Okay, my question is, what are the best plans for people to learn more about your project and join your community?
Can you repeat your question again? Speak slower.
Okay, my question is, what are the best plans for people to join your project and learn more about your community?
Well, there is some pin up there at this chat. Feel free to read more about it. There is a token launch happening later today at Gate and MEXC. On top of that, so then after that, you can join our Discord, you can visit our Twitter, you can visit our website, you can join our Telegram, you can ask questions. All this information are there. You just need to open up the Gitbook, look at our website, look at our Twitter. All the information is there. Hope that would be able to answer your question.
Okay, I have more questions.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have an ambassador program? Which way can we participate?
I think we don't have any ambassador program recently, because we are focusing more on the token launch and the building. But we actually have a strong community. If you join our Discord, you can see that we have 70,000 members on Discord. So we don't have any ambassador program at the moment.
Okay, keep growing.
Thanks for your question. Anyone else? Maybe you can end with the last question and we can go with a summary.
Yes, I just now pulled one more up. I was trying to give you a little extra time because we did have that little issue, but I know everybody's pressed for time and you probably have a lot more marketing, so I don't want to hold you up too long. So yeah, we got one more. Go ahead and cast in whenever you're ready. You're pulled up. and I do appreciate the time and everything from all the little errors we had right in the very beginning.
Great. Thank you very much for bringing me up, man. I appreciate it. So, I actually have a question, and the question is about your. I mean, you're actually going live on the zkSync and the opBNB. So, opBNB recently got an upgrade from the Binance chain, Greenfield, some other things like that. So, like, how recently, like, would you carry out these upgrades in regarding to the way Binance chain is also having their upgrades? I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, Binance Chain has a lot of different components. The greenfield is actually a data storage, if I'm not mistaken. It's similar to IPFS, right? So we might use them in the future. But right now we are just on opBNB, which is the optimistic rollout for Binance Chain. You'd be surprised. The swap fees on opBNB is like the 10 times cheaper than the Binance Chain. Binance Chain is already cheap enough. opBNB is the 10 times cheaper than the Binance Chain. You cannot even you spend like fraction of a cent just to spend and do transaction on the opBNB. And I really believe that opBNB will be one of the chain, right, that get a lot of users in the next bull market because it's so cheap. The project could even pay the gas fees behalf the users because it's so cheap. So yeah, we are thinking along that way as well. Yeah, so we are already live on opBNB, right? And we are one of the top two DEXs there, right? And we top two or top three, right? But we think that we can be even bigger after we launch our token. So stay tuned. There's much more happening for DerpDEX on all these product and all these token, right? But I just want to emphasize one thing, right? We do not want to go and talk about the tech. We do not want to go and talk about how great our tech is. Only everybody want to ask the question about how great the tech is. But that is not what going to bring the next people to the crypto, to the Web3. We learn from our mistake. In the previous bull run, we built a great DeFi product too. But nobody cares. Everybody just want to buy the next Shiba. That is where we learn our mistake. In the bull market, right, nobody care about all this tech. They just want to buy, hey, what is the most hot meme coin, right? I just want to buy that because it can go to like the next Shiba. That is what we are trying to do. So that is why I've been emphasizing a lot in this AMA. I want to say that we are a meme coin, but with a DEX ecosystem and a utility. But we are meme coin. So meme coin doesn't make an explanation. It could be the next Dodge, it could be the next Shiba. Who cares? They just buy it because it's fun, it's Web3, and it's just something meme. And that is what Derp is trying to position themselves to be. Thanks for your question.
Yeah, no, thank you for the question. Thank you for the answer. That was awesome. It was actually a really good question, a really good answer to close out the question. So I really do appreciate all the community questions. Appreciate all the time. You can go ahead and with your last call to action or any closing statements. There was a little something you wanted to touch on there towards the end. You can go ahead and touch on that right now before we do close everything out.
Thank you. So I want to end this AMA, right, with just 4 important ingredients. I think everybody who have been in the space long enough, and I think everyone, a lot of us are, right, you understand this. Market timing is one of the most important thing when it comes to buying a token or trading a token. It doesn't matter how great the Bitcoin is, but if the market is bad, the thing will be bad. So the current market timing is perfect. If you look at the Bitcoin price and Ethereum price, it's just waiting for the price just to burst to the next all-time high. If you look at the Ethereum, right, it just went up like 10% 2 weeks ago, just retraced back a bit. Today it went back up a bit, right? So it's just waiting to be the next bull market. And that is where you want to be. You don't want to buy at the top because then you'll be the last guy buying. You want to buy before the start of the bull run. So the market timing is perfect. So that is actually where I started with the first point. The market timing determines everything. And the DEX token launch is now. We have been building for the last 6 months and we have not launched any token. Why? Because the market timing was not right. Now is the best time. The second thing is the market narrative. As we know, right, the market don't really care what great product you build. Of course, it's important to actually have a good fundamental. But sometimes market narrative matters too. And meme market is going to be there, whether it's going to be the bull market or bear market. We leverage on the hype of the meme token launch on Binance 2 weeks ago. The meme token was so successful. It was covered by a lot of medias, and even the meme, people create memes about meme, right? 2 weeks ago, it went up to more than 2 billion in market value, and we are launching at 10 million. So you can see there's so much way to grow, and the market narrative is important. Memes are here to stay. And of course, that being said, if you have a great product and a great team and great traction, it's more important. And DerpDEX have that. And DerpDEX have been building for the last 6 months. We want to be the leading, most memeable DEX on layer 2. We fit in all the right components, layer 2, cheap gas fees, and so forth. And then on the last part is token deflationary. Because our token is actually a lot of utility. You have staking, you have whitelist, there's a lot of token utility, and there's a token deflationary too, because there's buyback from the fees. Because DEX, you will generate revenue from the fees. The fees is going to be used for token buyback. So all of this will make the DEX has a higher chance to be successful. So I just want to end it here to let people know that is how we think about the market. It's just not about building, but you have to build at the right time with the narrative. That is why DerpDEX will only do the PGE today. So, of course, I also want to end, do your own research, right? We are not here just to share. We are not here just to share. Do your own research. But I just want to share that, which is the market timing, market narrative, good traction, real product, great team, and of course, some token utility, right? So do your own research. I just want to end it from there.
Right. No, I agree with it. That is the building blocks for success. So I really do appreciate you coming and joining us today, and giving us an insight into DerpDEX and everything you guys have been building. You got your project, and the vision and the commitment to revolutionizing the DeFi space is, a commitment on its own. So I really do appreciate that, being a transparent meme token that turned into a utility token. So remember, DerpDEX is not just a DEX, it's a movement. It's a celebration of creativity, innovation, and the power of decentralized finance wrapped into the meme token. So I love the whole premise. I love the whole idea. I love the business ethos. I liked interviewing this time with you. I hope the community takes the time right now. Join the socials. They're about to be launching, like I said, on a bunch of centralized exchanges from Gate to Mexi. So this is your opportunity to do your research, get in early, and like you're saying, this is like Black Friday prices across the market. So find great teams with great vision, just like DerpDEX has here, and join up and get your bag, set it up, and get it ready for the bull that's coming. Right? That's how this separates the millionaires from everybody else looking to become one. Right? Like you're saying, don't be the exit liquidity. Find your good entry and hold on tight. Build with the team, and if the vision is in line, the business is there, the infrastructure is there, the moon's the next level, right? So I really do appreciate the time, and good luck with everything. I really can't wait to see how everything shapes up over the next 48 hours, right? And don't hesitate to reach out and give us updates. We would love to see the growth and where you are in the position in the market here as you guys expand. So I really do appreciate everything, and it was a really great time talking with you. You guys have a great day.
Thank you everyone for joining today. Feel free to follow us and read more. We have all this information live on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. Thank you.